The TSMIT has increased again for business-sponsored visas and have visa fees as of the 1st of July. Let's check it out. Welcome back, guys. So this is a brief overview of some of the changes to business-sponsored visas as of 1st of July. Now let's first of all start with the TSMIT because that has increased once again, even though it only increased a year ago. Let's talk a little bit about the history of it. 1st of July 2013 through to 30th of June 2023, the TSMIT stood at 53,900. Then last year on the 1st of July, they put it up to 70,000, and now as of the 1st of July, it is at 73,150. And they have pledged that is going to be at that rate until the 30th of June next year, 2025. So it's quite clear that they are going to be increasing that on an annual basis. So it's very important to take that into account when you're being sponsored, that you're not just sitting on that cusp, because immigration have made it very clear if you nominate a salary of $73,150, your nomination may be refused because they will be looking at it as being potentially non-genuine if it's sitting at that rate, and they'll be looking very, very closely at your AMSR, annual market salary rate evidence, also known as market salary data. Immigration have also stated that with the AMSR, they are going to be taking a very close look at this these days. So bear that in mind when submitting these nominations. Do not do a half-assed application sitting on that cusp, otherwise the nomination could be refused. So that is one of the first changes. Now bear in mind that TSMIT does not include superannuation. That is on top of it, so please don't confuse that. Another change that immigration have done, of course, are VACs, visa application charges. They have increased once again. I'm very sorry, not in my control, but they've done it. So let's have a look at this table that's coming up right now that's going to tell you how it changed. So the short-term stream has gone from $1,455 up to $1,495. Then we've got the medium-term stream in the labor agreement stream increasing from $3,035 up to $3,115. And finally, if you're looking at your 494s or you're looking at your 186s, your ENS, it's increased from $4,640 up to $4,770. So as you can see from that chart that we put up, it's a little increase in visa fees, but nonetheless, it is still an increase. Now, finally, something that I want to touch on that they have announced changes to is something that's actually favorable for once. Now that doesn't often happen, but in this case, the Department of Home Affairs have made a change to working conditions on sponsored visas. Whether you hold an old legacy 457, a current 482 visa, or a 494 regional sponsored visa. The good news is there is now some flexibility if you're going to be changing employer. Previously, as you're probably aware, you had a period of 60 days to find a new sponsor or lodge a new visa. And if you didn't, your visa could be subject to cancellation. And during that time, you had to just sit there with no work rights. Pretty shit, yeah? Now it has changed that the department has now extended that to 180 days to find a new sponsor and lodge a new nomination or apply for a new subclass of visa. 180 days is heaps, that's 6 months. But guess what? It gets even better. You now have work rights during that time. So if you cease employment with your employer, you can now start working for another employer without having to have a nomination approved. But bear in mind that is only for 180 days. So it gives you a chance, I guess, to go and do a probationary period, some trial shifts or whatever, see if the employer likes you before committing to sponsoring you. That is really, really good news, but please bear in mind that it is capped to 365 days in total on your visa before doing something about it. So example, if you spend 180 days trying to find a new sponsor, then you do, they nominate you, you're no longer going to be in breach. But if after 2 weeks you go, shit, damn it, I don't like these guys, and you quit, you then have another 180 days on that visa, but it's capped to 365 days in total on that. So in short, that's a very good change. That's very favorable towards visa holders. They don't often do things like that, but they have this time. Thank you very much, Department of Home Affairs. That's going to make it a lot easier for a lot of people. They're pretty much the changes with business-sponsored visas as of 1st of July 2024. If you haven't already, please click subscribe below, give us a thumbs up, and we'll chat to you soon.